In the world of minivans, VW has always stood at the top of the game, but now with more rivals and more competitors, we wanted to check out if the Transporter still is at the top of the game. My name is Eugene, this is T-Vec, welcome to the home of extravagant reviews.
Four liters of fuel. Eugene, you're paying for this.
Welcome to this interior of a Boeing 747.
Yes, maybe even an A380, because it's just astronomically huge. I don't even know if you can see the back end in video. It's so far back.
I mean, it's so vast back there that Mateo could literally get up right now and walk to the back.
I'm going to be a little bit naughty, guys. And, you got to test the video from here.
Yeah, so as he sits there, this is a fishbowl that I'm driving. Like,
It feels like a fish tank.
It feels like a fish tank. Like the front end, I can literally see the front end of this car. That's just how much of a big car this is and how vans are in general. Now, I've never actually driven a van or a bus, and this is just so different. It's so different to what I'm used to. You have this very expansive view of what's beneath you and what's above you. And yeah, like, what else do you think about it?
Well, I was saying to you earlier on, is actually this car is just so pleasingly comfortable inside. Never mind the cloth seats that are generally quite comfortable. You can get leather seats and all the nice options, but just because of how much space is in it, you just feel comfortable. You feel at home.
Yeah, I do feel at home. Like,
I feel like put your armrest down here, you can chill.
I understand why. I understand.
Relaxed.
Yeah, I understand why all of you mothers buy this in the bucket loads with 1 children or 5 children. There's never like an in-betweener.
Or 10.
Or 10.
Like you only have those 3.
Yeah, but as I sit here, it's it's just so nice and easy, especially when it comes to the driving. Because of how big it is, you wouldn't expect it to be this smooth and this comfortable, but VW has engineered this to be like, honestly, a regular car.
Yeah, the gearbox is really smooth. It's all-wheel drive.
It's all-wheel drive.
The diesel's very, very torquey, so it's quite easy. There's not even glare because we're so high.
Yeah,
So we'll continue the segment because we don't have glare. But one complaint I have, you only have this grab handle up here. You don't have one here when getting in. And
why?
there you don't even have one.
As a driver, why can't I grab onto dear life?
Like, you have nothing, whereas the back you do. So it's not like a complaint, it's just something to watch out for. And then the air conditioning system, you don't have 1, you don't have 2, but 3 or 4 whole systems, because you got like aeroplane air conditioning at the back on the roof there, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like we're sitting in business class, because obviously it's a German car, it's gonna be premium, and still as comfortable, very nice and supple. Suspension is doing a good job of soaking up the bumps.
I can see why people would take this to the Kruger and just enjoy the day there.
Yeah, seeing as I'm dressed like a Kruger person today. But we'll join you when we're talking about the design outside. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I had to jump out because this car is so astronomically huge.
Yeah, just look at the side profiling of this car.
It's silly.
It's a third building.
It's a third building. I think if you were to get hit by this car, because the bonnet is short, you're just going to roll onto the windscreen. And then from the windscreen, you're going to roll onto the roof. And then you're going to roll for a few hours before you fall off the back of the car. And probably you won't be here anymore with us.
Yeah, so you'll get hit, you'll maybe die, you'll roll, then you'll die at the end.
And then you'll fall off and then die again.
And then, exactly.
Yes,
so it's a continuation of
so just
death.
Don't get hit by the bus.
Don't get hit by the bus. But we're here with the Transporter. VW has been known for years for being like the top of the game for minivans and buses. And this is just the updated version of
If you want
Caravel.
a German, good-built, reliable bus that can kind of do it all, you get this. And I mean, as you can see, the Transporter badging, but you also have a 4Motion badging on the front because this is the all-wheel drive.
Right.
And now it is the trend line. It's not the top of the range, but this is all you need. A good, strong diesel engine, all-wheel drive, and enough space to fit your whole African family.
Yeah, literally. And I'm dressed like it. I'm literally dressed
like the owner
I'm
of
dressed
this
like the
car
owner.
going to the Kruger.
And you know how this is a VW review?
The hat.
The hats. I know you guys love this hat as much as I do. Now, this badge in front actually resembles a certain car.
Yes, not only is it chrome like it and giant, but this car we kind of despise for its price, and you guys really want us to review it. So we're going to get to that. Maybe it'll change our mind, but certain friend of ours that's not here right now, Letu, loves that car to death and really wants one. And it's the
V-Class.
Mercedes V-Class. That's well overpriced. They made it look like a Maybach.
They made it priced like a Maybach.
Yes, your wallet is going to feel the Maybachness of it.
Yeah, I'm not paying Maybach prices for a minivan.
No, not when this exists, especially with this wonderful two-tone paint.
And to think like this is only the mid-trim level.
This is only the trend line, guys.
The trend
only
line.
the trend line. Here's the price.
Yeah.
Right above my head.
Yeah, because what would the top of the trim level be?
I think it would be pretty nuts. I think that on the outside, you don't lose too much. I mean, you still have the giant truck mirrors at the size of my head. You have this beautiful silver metallic and really good blue metallic. You've got the alloy wheels. And I think actually the biggest difference actually comes from inside of the car when you go up a level.
Yeah, so I'ma just walk out and I'ma disappear.
He's going to go do some laps because if you want to run a 5K, you can just run around this car about 12 times. And you will have done your 5-kilometer run.
Yeah, so get your steps in by buying a transporter.
If you guys are enjoying this video so far, and I know you are if you have stuck around for this long, and we appreciate that, then make sure to head down below, press the notification bell so you know when we're going to be doing more reviews. Generally speaking, we're going to do one every Saturday and sometimes during the week as well, but click that just to make sure you know when. Then also head right next to it. There's a big red button and press that one. It's free to you, but greatly helps us. And we're nearly at 2,000 subscribers. And speaking of subscribers, we're on the road to 15,000 subscribers. And when we do, we have a bright red supercar coming to the channel. And I quickly want to give one more thanks to Haval Pre-Owned Edenvale for giving us this lovely transporter. So you join us on the second story now of the building. And it's a lovely place to actually be inside of here.
Yeah, it's so vast outside that you can just see everything that your eyes can please.
I feel like I'm in a fish tank.
Yeah, I mean the visibility.
I've got like huge visibility. You wouldn't think you have, but there's enough for windows for 6 blocks. So you can see everything. It does kind of feel though like you are in an aeroplane where it's like the other guys are down there. So luckily this does have an infotainment system where you can see what's behind you with the reversing camera, which is nice.
Yeah, so in here, it's still very much VW.
Very VW inside. I mean, you've got your silver VW badge. The best steering wheel because it has physical buttons. So this is a great time for VW. You've got this leather steering wheel, it's flat bottom. You've got actual physical buttons. You've got a flippin' digital infotainment system. It looks almost like a Golf R's infotainment.
and this is only the mid-trim level.
This is just a trend line. So you get some decent materials. These are slightly softer plastics. Same over here, it's not too bad. You've got this nice steel trim and this little bit of a trim line running here with your gloss blacks. And so it really isn't too bad. It's more so what you need than what you want, like we oftentimes say. And if you were to go up, you're going to get leather and soft touch and blue stitching and things like that. But I don't think you really need that. I think this is a great value proposition for a big bus.
Yeah, we can forgive it because a lot of the people that buy this are families and they have a lot of kids or they have one child.
Yes.
For some odd reason. I don't know why you guys are doing
Many
that.
V-Class owners only get out with the mom and one child and they've got a V-Class.
Why? Just buy it for what it is. Well, we can forgive it for this because it's for functionality more than luxuriousness and everything associated with a premium car. But it still feels premium in here.
Yes, it's still well put together. There's not a lot of creaks or cracks or movement anywhere. It's still put together like a VW is. And it still feels like you're in a VW, just a very giant one.
A very, very giant one. I mean, there's literally nothing in the center.
You could
console.
walk here.
Yeah, literally. I mean, I could try right now.
Yeah. You just walk to the back.
You can just walk to the back.
And now Eugene's going to film from there for the rest of this part. And then you have tons of storage over here and over here. And you've got a cup holder here with 2 Type-C chargers there. You've got tons all over the doors here. You could literally fit, I don't know, all the money you need spare that you saved from the V-Class in the doors over here. And then you've got these really lacquer cloth seats here, which remind me of like GTR seats. Don't come at me for saying that, but they're quite nice. And then you've got your very normal VW infotainment system with some physical buttons over here. It's all just good.
Yeah, and the key fell out. Welcome to the boot space of this car.
To the back of the aeroplane.
To the back of this aeroplane and the building. And as you can see, we're both back here because it's just that big.
Yes, I mean, if you have the money to spend on the 7-seater like SUV, rather look at something like this if you need that extra practicality. If you're going on holiday, you need to fit 8 people, look how practical the back is. Usually in 7-seater cars, you get enough space for a file and one extra paper, yeah, you can fit this much in it. And something like a Staria from Hyundai or Hyundai, if I have to say it correctly,
We say Hyundai.
or something like a Mercedes V-Class has this much and this much storage.
Yeah, it's very practical back here.
Very practical. And starting us off with a bang, we are back again inside of the VW Transporter. Now, powering this massive vehicle is a 2-liter bitdi, obviously diesel, as I've just said, 2-liter 4-cylinder bitdi, which makes 146 kilowatts, so roughly 200 horsepower, and 450 newton meters of torque, and that goes to all 4 wheels via VW's 4Motion system, which makes you put the power down really quickly, and the torque just moves this car so effortlessly.
Yeah.
Makes it comfortable to drive normally, but you put your foot down to start going, and it picks up very strong.
Like, this will surprise a few hot hatches.
Definitely will surprise a few hot hatches, because diesels, if you catch a diesel in the wrong gear, you scare a lot of people, because these diesels aren't slow, especially being a bi-turbo, meaning that you get a little bit less lag when you put your foot down. I mean,
now that's quite a bit of pull.
If you need to just get around someone or get out of a sticky situation in the sand, this is more than strong enough to do so.
And it still feels comfortable.
Yes, even when driving quick, it feels comfortable.
Even when driving quick, it still feels comfortable. It's like I said before, VW engineered this car to not only be big, massive, and gigantic, and also a little bit powerful, but also still comfortable. And I know you're pushing it a little bit there.
Yep. It's just fun to have torque underneath your right foot.
Yeah, like you just get around anyone.
You just go.
You just go.
It's so comfortable, so easy. The seats are more than comfortable enough. I'd be really excited to see what the top of the range seats would be like. And VW, please make a Transporter R and put the Golf R engine in here, because I think that'll be really cool, and some random dads would definitely buy that in South Africa.
My God, a Transporter R.
Imagine, you've already got the 4Motion system. You're going to have similar torque, 235 kilowatts, now updated. You're gonna have some pretty insane stats on the car.
Yeah, you definitely will, for sure. But it also gets around corners very easy.
Very easy. It's very maneuverable. I have driven the Staria from Hyundai, or Hyundai as everyone in South Africa says it, as well as the H1 and the Ford Transit. And I must say, this definitely feels the most premium. The Staria is definitely a good counter option to a car like this, but overall this still has that VW-ness, and the engine is just the best engine I've driven in any bus.
Yeah, and honestly, you can't really beat German quality.
And precision. And you don't need a V-Class's 300D, to be honest.
No, so stop paying Maybach prices for those cars, people, please, because it's not worth that. Well, welcome back to the end of the Transporter review.
Welcome back from the end of our flight.
Yeah, this was a very comfortable, easy
journey. Yeah.
It's a very nice journey. So what do you think of the Transporter?
Honestly, I never really think about buses. I don't know about you. It's never really crossing my mind.
Not necessarily.
Even SUVs barely cross my mind, being a thorough petrol head.
Yeah.
But then you get inside of a bus, and then all of a sudden you want one. Eugene says he felt like a hippie when he was getting inside. I do. I said it's because the old Kombis, which just kind of looks like from like the rear 3/4, but it's those old Kombi hippie vans, and that's why he kind of feels like it. He even dressed like one.
I mean, yeah, look at me today. So I hope you guys liked it. Obviously, I had to bring back the cap because it's a Volkswagen. But compared to the V-Class,
I will save a bunch of money. Now, this is going for roughly around about 800,000 Rand. It's not listed just yet, but will be listed, and so we will still give the dealership some description down below. This is at Haval, pre-owned Edenvale, if you are interested. It's literally brand new stock, so thank you for letting us actually use this brand new stock. But overall, I would save them near 2 million Rand from a new V-Class. Get a trend line, because you don't need more. You don't need more
than this
inside. You just need what this has. It's got a good engine, got all-wheel drive. Just save the money and buy this.
Yeah, because for the same price as the V-Class, you can get a Bentley Bentayga. Think about that,
many
guys.
Audis.
Or many Audis.
Yeah.
How many can we list off our fingers?
Well, you get an RS3, you can also get an RS4,
right?
And then maybe like a second-gen TT,
right,
for the same price as one V-Class.
And yet, for this, you can still have
2 million Rand. You can have a Porsche.
You can have a Porsche.
This.
Wow.
So your wife would be greatly happy with you, and you can still have your sports car. And in terms of looks, I definitely prefer it to the new V-Class. I don't like what they've done on the front end, to be honest.
No,
The past V-Class look nicer.
Yeah.
And then in terms of the Staria, is really cool for what it is, but I do prefer the German look of the VW over the Staria. Not saying anything bad about the Staria. I love that car. You know, you can ask Eugene. I do every now and again speak to him about how easy the Staria was just to drive in general. It's just a good car.
And as for the first time of me driving a van, this is actually a very good starting point.
A very good starting point.
It's a
And
very
we'll
good starting
definitely have to test out a few more vans. I know some of you have already commented to do the V300.
Yeah,
so
you want a
we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
And let us know if there's any other V-Classes or minivans you want us to test out.
Yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure that you click the like button, subscribe button, notification bell, because we always bring out classic and funky reviews like this.
Yes,
and
extravagant reviews.
Extravagant reviews like this. So we hope you enjoyed. Thank you to Haval Edenvale again for this wonderful transporter. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time.